Hi, my name is Erada Jerry Jonetta Elaviana Oleita. I'm born in Lagos, Ikeja, Nigeria, 23 years old. I moved to America when I was 11 from New York to Houston, from Houston to Michigan, where I reside in the beautiful city of Detroit. I got my first diagnosis in 2016. I got diagnosed with PTSD and also bipolar disorder. It wasn't a shock to me to get my diagnosis, but the person diagnosing me did not have a conversation with me prior to my diagnosis. They called me to a room. They sat me down and looked at my charts and said, "From your charts, it's safe to say that you have PTSD. How can you diagnose me with a trauma induced injury and illness without actually asking me about this trauma?" So went on about my life, just really trying to figure out exactly what was going on with me because the medications they gave me did not make me feel better. They made me feel 10 times as worse. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. I was having conversations and doing things but not remembering them. I wasn't myself anymore. Um, if I was to remember the first time that I ever attempted suicide or ever really had an emotional mental decline, I was about 13 years old. Woke up one morning just very sad, could not understand what was going on. I was sad and I was mad. I was disgusted with myself. I was very scared. I was just a ball of unusable emotions. And all those unusable emotions turned into paranoia. Paranoia turned into anxiety. Anxiety turned into more sadness. Sadness turned into me making a pill cocktail and drinking it, then falling asleep. I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning very confused and very mad because I wanted to go. I wanted to stop feeling this sad emptiness inside of me. I just wanted everything to stop. I was alive, so I kept on going on my day. I smiled every day. I made friends. I got straight A's. I was on the debate team. I did competitions. I lived a normal life. But I was the happiest, most unhappy person you could ever meet because I smiled, but yet inside of me, I was holding back just rivers of tears and pain and emotion. I hopped from relationship to relationship trying to fill a void inside of me that I never really felt. I never end up feeling. Um, I just wanted to get some normalcy back into my life. When I went to college, college was amazing. Then I plummeted. I went from 160 pounds, cute little happiness, to 235, sad, depressed student. But I wasn't going to class either. I was in my bed, I wasn't eating, but I was just laying down in bed all day. Fast forward to after I got my diagnosis. How I got my diagnosis, I attempted suicide and I got admitted into a facility, and that's how I got my diagnosis from the facility. After I left the facility, I started to do a multitude of self care and self mental care journeys and tips and steps and things, and met different people and start sharing my story about my abuse and things like that. And doing all of that and sharing my story allowed me to find some normalcy in my life, allowed me to really take a hold and a grasp on the things that are going on in my head and really, truly find happiness within myself. I discovered my love of poetry. I discovered my love of writing. I fell in love with writing. Writing was something that I did for homework reasons and just, on my pastime, putting some words together. But writing started to become my counselor, my therapist, my best friend. Writing and my notebooks became soul searching for me. And I used that to really map out my mental health journey and decline and when it first started to why it first started, and started to call people and ask questions, and even having conversations with my parents. They didn't understand that, because as a Nigerian person, you're always told to pray everything away. So I was still praying things away, but yet still doing the work to really find that normalcy. And in 2018, I discovered in my head a beautiful book called Lost Girl and a Beautiful Community of Women. Lost Girl is a book that I am using to help me find normalcy in a situation that wasn't normal. And I hope that people who read my book and hear my story and hear my words are able to find normalcy within the pain and the emptiness and the pit within their stomach that they're feeling. So maybe, hopefully, they can truly be a happy person instead of an unhappy, happy person one day.